Life often feels like climbing a steep mountain, especially when you don't yet have a strong base beneath your feet. You push forward, you try harder, yet it seems like new challenges keep showing up, almost as if the world is testing your strength. But here's the truth. Progress and achievement are not reserved for the lucky few or those born with special gifts. They are built upon timeless principles. Principles anyone can learn, practice, and embody. Once you understand and apply these foundations, everything begins to shift. The barriers that once seemed permanent turn into stepping stones. Failures transform into lessons. Obstacles start acting like teachers, guiding you toward growth. And before long, what once felt impossible begins to feel inevitable. So what are these foundations that unlock the door to success? Let's dive into the first and most essential: believing in yourself. Imagine standing in front of a massive gate. Behind it lies your future, your potential, your dreams, and endless opportunities. But this gate has only one key, and that key is unshakable self-belief. Without it, the gate stays closed. With it, the entire path ahead opens wide. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's not just surface-level confidence. It's a quiet yet powerful certainty that whispers, "You are capable. You are enough. You can make it happen." History is filled with people who achieved greatness not because everything was easy, but because they refused to doubt themselves. Think about J.K. Rowling. Before the world knew her name, she faced rejection after rejection. Publishers told her no. Critics didn't see the value in her work. She was even living with financial struggles that could have broken her spirit. Yet, she held on to her inner conviction. She kept writing, kept believing. That deep inner trust became the force that carried her forward. And eventually, it gave birth to a universe that inspires millions of people around the globe. That's the strength of self-belief. It allows you to rise above immediate struggles, to see beyond the present moment, and to keep moving forward when everything around you tries to hold you back. Picture yourself at the edge of a wide, uncharted horizon, your goals shining like a bright star in the distance. Every step toward that star requires courage, but courage is born out of belief. Here's the beautiful truth. Every single time you choose belief over doubt, you reinforce an inner cycle of strength. Belief fuels action. Action creates results. Results strengthen belief. This cycle keeps repeating. And before you know it, you've built a powerful identity around your ability to succeed. But how do you strengthen this belief when doubts creep in? The answer lies in daily, intentional practices that nourish your self-worth. Start by celebrating even the smallest victories. Did you finish something difficult today? Did you show up when it was easier to quit? Did you push past fear, even just a little? Each of these moments is a brick in the foundation of your confidence. Write them down. Keep a record. Revisit them whenever you feel uncertain. They are proof that you are capable. Another powerful tool is affirmation. Speak words that align with the life you want to create. Say them daily, morning and night. Phrases like, "I am capable of achieving great things," or "Every day my faith in myself grows stronger." Don't just say them. Feel them. Over time, your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth, reshaping how you see yourself and the world. Of course, self-belief must be rooted inside you. External praise feels good, but it's temporary. Relying on others' approval places your power in their hands, and that power is yours to hold. The most liberating moment in your life will be the moment you realize that your worth does not depend on anyone else's opinion. Challenges, setbacks, difficulties, these are not enemies of belief. They are fuel. Each test you face is a chance to prove your strength to yourself. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" This single shift in perspective can turn pain into wisdom and failure into growth. And never underestimate the company you keep. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, who remind you of your potential, who believe in themselves and encourage you to believe in you. Energy is contagious, and being in a circle of growth-minded, positive people can transform your entire outlook. Visualization is another secret weapon. Close your eyes and see yourself already living the life you desire. Picture the moment of success in detail, the emotions, the pride, the joy. Your brain doesn't just see this as imagination. It starts building a mental blueprint, preparing your mind and body to make it real. And above all, remember, belief is like a muscle. It grows only with use. Every time you take consistent action, no matter how small, you strengthen that muscle. Every time you persevere, instead of giving up, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than circumstances. Self-belief is more than just a mindset. It is the foundation of a fulfilled life. It decides whether you live small, limited by doubt, or expansive, powered by trust in yourself. So today, choose belief. Choose to see your potential. Choose to recognize your resilience and your inner strength. This choice is the key that can unlock every locked door, no matter how heavy it seems. Because everything you need to create an extraordinary life is already within you, waiting for you to believe it. Belief is the spark, but without action, that spark fades. The bridge that carries you from your vision to your achievement has a name: discipline. Many people hear that word and immediately think of restriction, of chains, of rules that rob them of freedom. But the truth is the opposite. Discipline is not a prison. Discipline is freedom. It is the structure that gives you the ability to live the life you choose, not the one circumstances push upon you. Think of a musician. Before a concert, she spends thousands of hours practicing scales, repeating notes, refining technique. Day after day, she returns to the instrument, often when no one is watching, when no applause is waiting. Why? Because discipline transforms raw potential into art, and when she steps onto the stage, the freedom she feels in expressing her music exists only because of the discipline behind it. Without discipline, dreams remain unshaped marble, beautiful in potential, but unrealized in form. With discipline, the masterpiece within begins to emerge. Look at athletes who rise to world-class levels. Serena Williams didn't just show up at a championship and magically win. She committed to relentless training, morning after morning, year after year. There were no shortcuts, no easy roads. Her greatness was not luck. It was carved through discipline. This is the truth discipline teaches us. Consistent effort is the sculptor of destiny. Discipline is not about forcing yourself into misery. It's about aligning your daily actions with your ultimate vision. Every small choice, to wake up early, to focus instead of procrastinate, to put in the extra hour when no one is watching, is a vote for the future you want. The beauty is that discipline compounds. Like drops of water carving a canyon, tiny consistent efforts create massive results over time. Maybe today you read just a few pages. Tomorrow you write a single paragraph. The next day you practice a skill for 10 minutes. These may seem small, but discipline turns them into habits, and habits eventually turn into transformation. At first, discipline may feel heavy, like pushing a boulder uphill, but the longer you keep going, the more momentum you build. And eventually, that momentum carries you forward almost effortlessly. To bring discipline into your life, start small. Don't aim for massive overnight changes. Those rarely last. Begin with one simple, meaningful routine. Maybe it's committing to 10 minutes of exercise, writing, meditation, or learning each day. Over time, consistency matters far more than intensity. Here's the key. Discipline requires sacrifice. It asks you to trade the comfort of now for the reward of later. To let go of small, fleeting pleasures so you can gain lasting fulfillment. This trade may feel difficult in the moment, but it is always worth it. The candy of comfort dissolves quickly. The satisfaction of achievement lasts a lifetime. When you feel tempted to quit, remind yourself why you started. Visualize vividly the destination you're working toward, the life, the impact, the joy you're building. This vision fuels discipline when willpower alone isn't enough. And here's something important. Discipline doesn't mean perfection. Everyone stumbles. Everyone falls off track sometimes. Discipline is not about never failing. It's about how quickly you get back up. Each time you return after slipping, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more unstoppable. Consider the story of Elon Musk. Before becoming one of the most recognized innovators of our time, he faced failures that would have ended most people's journeys. Rockets exploding, companies nearly collapsing, criticism at every corner. Yet, discipline kept him moving forward. He showed up day after day, through stress, through setbacks, through exhaustion. And that persistence, that disciplined consistency, turned failures into stepping stones toward history-making breakthroughs. This is the gift of discipline. It turns the impossible into possible, not in one giant leap, but in countless small steps taken with intention. Plant discipline into your life like a seed. At first, nothing seems to change. Days pass, and you wonder if it's working. But beneath the surface, roots are growing, and one day, shoots break through, and suddenly you see growth everywhere. What seemed invisible for so long blossoms into visible results. That is the quiet magic of discipline. It doesn't scream. It doesn't announce itself. But when its results appear, they are undeniable. So embrace it, not as a cage, but as your greatest ally. Because discipline is the silent architect of freedom. It is the force that takes your belief and turns it into reality. Choose it, practice it, live it, and you will discover that discipline doesn't restrict you, it sets you free. If belief is the foundation and discipline is the bridge, then gratitude is the light that colors the entire journey. Gratitude changes not only how you see the world, but how you experience it. It's the invisible power that turns what you already have into more than enough and transforms challenges into stepping stones toward a richer life. Imagine your mind as a vast, fertile field. Every thought you plant there grows into something. Gratitude is like rain. It nourishes the soil, helps your seeds flourish, and brings forth a vibrant harvest. Without it, the soil dries out, cracks, and nothing can grow. With it, beauty and abundance appear everywhere. Gratitude is not just about saying, "Thank you," when things go well. It's about cultivating a constant state of appreciation that reshapes how you interpret life itself. It doesn't deny challenges, but it reframes them. Instead of seeing difficulties as punishment, gratitude teaches you to see them as lessons, as opportunities, as hidden blessings in disguise. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She has often spoken about how gratitude practices transformed her perspective and success. Even in the early stages of her career, when resources were scarce and obstacles overwhelming, she kept a daily practice of noticing what was good, what was working, what was worth appreciating. That simple habit shifted her focus away from scarcity and onto abundance, and that shift carried into every area of her life. Science confirms what wisdom has taught for centuries. Grateful people are not only happier, but healthier, more resilient, and more connected. Studies show that practicing gratitude lowers stress, boosts the immune system, and even improves sleep. It strengthens relationships, deepens joy, and brings peace in times of uncertainty. And here's the key. Gratitude is not passive. It's not waiting for something great to happen and then reacting with appreciation. It's active. It's choosing every day to focus on what is good, even when life feels heavy. Start simply. Each morning, write down 3 things you are truly grateful for. Don't just jot words on a page. Pause and feel them. Maybe it's the warmth of sunlight on your face. Maybe it's a conversation with someone who supports you. Maybe it's the strength that carried you through yesterday's difficulty. Whatever it is, let yourself feel the gratitude in your heart. Over time, this practice rewires your brain. Your focus shifts. Instead of scanning for what's missing, you begin to notice what's present. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, you see what's right. This is not ignoring reality. It's choosing the lens through which you view reality. Gratitude also transforms relationships. When you genuinely appreciate people, when you acknowledge their presence, effort, and contribution, something shifts between you. Appreciation is magnetic. It draws people closer, builds trust, and strengthens bonds in ways that criticism never can. Consider Nelson Mandela. After decades of imprisonment, he emerged not with bitterness, but with gratitude for the chance to serve his nation, for the people who stood by him, for the possibility of building peace. That gratitude didn't erase his hardships, but it gave him the strength to rise above them, uniting a country that had been divided for generations. Gratitude gives you resilience. When storms come, gratitude acts as an anchor. It says, "Yes, this is hard, but I am thankful for the strength it's building in me. I am thankful for the wisdom it's giving me. I am thankful that, even here, there is something to learn." With gratitude, even setbacks become part of your growth story. The more you practice, the more gratitude becomes not just a habit, but an identity. You stop merely feeling grateful. You become a grateful person. And when that shift happens, life itself begins to respond differently. Opportunities appear where you once saw none. People are drawn to your energy. Your days become brighter, not because everything is perfect, but because your perspective has transformed. And here's something beautiful. Gratitude multiplies. The more you practice it, the more reasons you find to be grateful. It builds upon itself, creating an upward spiral of positivity and resilience. So don't wait for big miracles before you allow yourself to feel grateful. Practice it in the little things, in the smile of a stranger, in the breath you're taking right now, in the simple fact that you woke up today with another chance to live, to grow, to create, to love. Gratitude is not about ignoring reality. It's about enhancing it. It takes the raw materials of your life, the struggles, the joys, the uncertainties, and transforms them into a masterpiece of meaning. So today, begin. Say thank you, not just with words, but with your perspective, your actions, and your heart. Let gratitude flood your thoughts. Let it shape the way you see your challenges. Let it illuminate your path forward. Because gratitude, once fully embraced, doesn't just change how you live. It changes who you are. If gratitude lights your path, then communication is the bridge that connects you to others along the way. It's more than speaking, more than words. It's the art of understanding and being understood. Every dream, every opportunity, every relationship you'll ever build depends on it. Think of communication as the heartbeat of success. Without it, misunderstandings arise, connections break, and progress stalls. But with it, doors open, trust grows, and possibilities multiply. Here's the secret. Great communicators aren't just great talkers. They're great listeners. They know that true influence comes not from dominating the conversation, but from making the other person feel seen, valued, and respected. Consider Mahatma Gandhi. His speeches moved nations, yes. But what made him so powerful wasn't just his words. It was his ability to listen, to empathize, to connect with the struggles and hopes of ordinary people. That empathy gave his voice weight, turning his words into a force that could inspire millions. And communication isn't just for leaders on the world stage. It's for you, in your career, your relationships, your friendships. Every interaction is a chance to either build connection or create distance. So, how do you elevate your communication? Start with empathy. Place yourself in the other person's shoes. Ask, what are they really feeling? What do they truly need? When you approach conversations with genuine care, people feel it. And that feeling builds bridges no amount of clever words ever could. The second pillar of powerful communication is clarity. Confusion is the enemy of connection. When your words are tangled, your message is lost. But when you speak with simplicity and precision, people not only hear you, they understand you. Think of Steve Jobs. Whether unveiling a new product or sharing his vision, his brilliance wasn't in complicated language, but in clarity. He could take complex technology and describe it so clearly, so simply, that everyone could grasp the vision. That's the power of clarity. It transforms ideas into movements. The third key is active listening. Listening isn't silence while you wait to reply. It's presence. It's giving your full attention. It's asking meaningful questions and responding with genuine interest. When you listen actively, you signal respect, and respect builds trust faster than anything else. Picture yourself leading a team. You set goals, outline tasks, and give instructions. But the real magic happens when you also listen, when you hear feedback, concerns, and ideas. Suddenly, people feel ownership, motivation, and alignment. The project doesn't just succeed, the team grows stronger together. And communication extends far beyond professional spaces. In personal relationships, clear and empathetic dialogue is the difference between harmony and conflict. Many family arguments aren't about deep issues at all. They're about poor communication, misunderstood words, unspoken feelings, assumptions left unchecked. But when you pause to listen, when you express yourself honestly yet kindly, relationships flourish. Communication is also confidence, not arrogance, but the quiet assurance that your voice matters. The way you carry yourself, the tone you use, the clarity of your message, all signal to others whether they should trust you, respect you, and believe you. But here's the beauty. Communication is a skill, not a talent. Anyone can develop it. You don't need to be born charismatic. You need only to practice presence, empathy, and clarity. Over time, your words gain weight, your presence commands attention, and your connections deepen. Here are a few practices to sharpen your communication. Reflect on past conversations. Where did you misunderstand? Where could you have expressed yourself more clearly? Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or mentors. How do I come across? What can I improve? Embrace simplicity. Strip away unnecessary complexity. Choose words that illuminate, not confuse. Practice empathy daily. Pause before speaking. Ask yourself, if I were them, how would I want to hear this? Commit to active listening. Eye contact, curiosity, engagement. Let people feel you are truly present. When you make these habits part of your life, communication stops being just talking. It becomes a tool of influence, a source of connection, and a driver of growth. Remember, words can build or break, heal or hurt, inspire or discourage. Choose them wisely. Speak with clarity. Listen with empathy, and connect with authenticity. Because in the end, effective communication isn't just about making your voice heard. It's about creating understanding, trust, and impact, the very foundations of meaningful success. Belief gives you the courage to begin. Discipline carries you forward. Gratitude fuels your energy. Communication builds your connections. But there's one element that ties them all together, one force that gives direction to every step you take. Purpose. Purpose is the inner compass that keeps you steady no matter how stormy the seas become. Without it, even great achievements can feel strangely empty. With it, even the smallest steps carry deep fulfillment. Purpose is what transforms activity into meaning and effort into legacy. Imagine sailing across an ocean without a compass. You might travel far, but eventually you'll wonder, where am I going? Why am I doing this? That's life without purpose. It may look busy, but it lacks direction. Purpose, on the other hand, keeps you grounded and focused. It reminds you that the challenges you face are not random obstacles. They are part of a journey that matters. Think of Malala Yousafzai. Her path was marked with unimaginable danger and difficulty, yet her purpose, the belief that every child deserves education, became a fire that no setback could extinguish. That clarity didn't just give her resilience. It gave her the strength to inspire millions and create global change. Purpose connects you to something larger than yourself. It's not just about personal success or comfort. It's about aligning your passions and talents with contributions that uplift others. And when your actions serve a higher cause, you gain a power that's bigger than fear, bigger than doubt, bigger than any obstacle. But here's the truth. Discovering your purpose doesn't usually happen overnight. It's not a lightning strike. It's more like uncovering a hidden treasure within yourself. It begins with self-discovery, asking, what truly matters to me? What makes me feel alive? What values guide me when no one is watching? Look back at moments when you felt deeply fulfilled. Maybe when you helped someone, created something meaningful, or pushed beyond your limits. These moments are clues. They form patterns that point toward your purpose. Once you start to recognize your purpose, the next step is alignment. Purpose isn't just an idea, it's a practice. It shows up in how you spend your time, the choices you make, the commitments you honor. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. Start by adjusting small things. If creativity lights you up, make time to create. If serving others fuels you, look for ways to give back. If learning excites you, dedicate time each day to growth. Over time, these small adjustments accumulate, reshaping your entire life. Purpose becomes woven into your daily existence, not as a distant dream, but as a lived reality. Purpose also gives you resilience. Life will bring failures, heartbreaks, and moments that test your limits. Without purpose, these moments can crush you. With purpose, they become part of your story. Instead of breaking you, they build you. Purpose is the reason you get back up when everything in you wants to stay down. It's the voice that says, "This matters. Keep going." And purpose simplifies decision-making. When you're clear on what drives you, choices that once felt confusing become obvious. You stop wasting energy on distractions. You stop chasing goals that don't fulfill you. You walk a straighter path, one aligned with your deepest values. Think of Leonardo da Vinci. His purpose was not limited to painting or invention. It was the pursuit of knowledge and expression of human potential. That guiding fire allowed him to create across disciplines, shaping a legacy that still inspires centuries later. His purpose made his work timeless. Here's something vital. Purpose isn't static. It evolves as you grow. What drives you at 20 may not be what drives you at 40 or 60. That's not failure. That's growth. The key is to keep checking in with yourself, to reflect often, to ask, am I living in alignment with what truly matters to me right now? And don't be afraid to serve something bigger than yourself. True purpose often expands beyond personal gain. When your life contributes to others, your family, your community, the world, you experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. You realize that your journey leaves ripples that reach far beyond you. Living with purpose requires courage. It asks you to take risks, to step outside of comfort zones, to face criticism. But in that courage, you discover your truest strength. Purpose gives you the fire to walk through fear, because what you're walking toward is worth it. At its heart, purpose is not about chasing success. It's about living with meaning. It's about knowing that every step you take, every challenge you face, every victory you earn is part of a bigger picture, your unique contribution to the world. So ask yourself today, what sets my soul on fire? What impact do I want to leave? What story do I want my life to tell? Because once you discover your purpose and align your life with it, you will never again feel lost. You will be guided by a star that never dims. We've explored the foundations: belief, discipline, gratitude, communication, and purpose. Each one on its own is powerful, but when combined, they create a force that can reshape your life from the inside out. Belief gives you the courage to start. Discipline gives you the consistency to continue. Gratitude fills your journey with joy. Communication connects you to people and opportunities, and purpose ensures that every step carries meaning. Together, they form a blueprint for living not just successfully, but fully, deeply, and authentically. But here's the most important truth. None of this works if it stays only in your mind. Inspiration without action is just daydreaming. The real transformation begins when you live these principles daily, when you let them guide your choices, shape your habits, and fuel your vision. Every great achievement you admire began with small, ordinary steps. Think of Marie Curie. Her breakthroughs in science didn't arrive in a single flash. They came through years of belief in her work, disciplined study, gratitude for discovery, communication of her ideas, and a sense of purpose that carried her through setbacks. She turned quiet persistence into history. And that same formula applies to you. Greatness isn't reserved for the few. It belongs to anyone who chooses to believe, to persist, to live with gratitude, to connect authentically, and to follow a purpose bigger than themselves. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need someone else's permission. Everything you need is already inside you. Right now, the path won't always be smooth, but that's the point. Each obstacle is an opportunity. Each challenge is a chance to grow. Each setback is a reminder that you are still in the game. The question is not, will life get easier? The question is, will I become stronger? And the answer is yes. If you live these principles, you will. So here's the challenge for you today. Don't just nod your head and agree. Act. Choose one principle and put it into practice immediately. Believe in yourself when doubt tries to creep in. Show discipline by taking one step toward your dream. Express gratitude for something in your life right now. Listen deeply to someone you love. Reflect on your purpose and align one decision with it today. These small actions, repeated consistently, create transformation. Over time, they shape a life that feels not just successful, but significant. And remember this, the power you're seeking is not out there somewhere. It's not in luck or talent or circumstance. It's already within you, waiting to be unleashed. When you walk with belief, discipline, gratitude, communication, and purpose, you become unstoppable, not because life is easy, but because you are stronger than every challenge, brighter than every doubt, and more powerful than every limitation. So step forward with confidence. Carry these principles with you. Let them be your compass, your fuel, your guiding star. Because your journey is not just about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about rising higher, reaching further, and living in a way that inspires others to do the same. Today is your moment. This is your time. The life you've been dreaming of is not waiting for someday. It's waiting for you to begin now. Choose belief. Choose discipline. Choose gratitude. Choose connection. Choose purpose. And watch as your world transforms. Not by chance, but by choice. Because within you lies everything you need to achieve greatness. All that's left is to live it.